folks, it's CNC Woodworker with you again. Another episode of Will It Work? We are trying another photo carving. Right now I don't see it doing a whole lot different than the other, but you know, I was impressed, and kudos to Zach Kaplan. He got online on my computer here with me when I was talking with another gentleman, and saw my previous video that I posted and told me a couple of things to do, and I went and did that, and we're waiting to see what the end result will be. Right now it looks like it's doing pretty much the same thing it did the other day, but I'm only 8% into this carving, so I've got 92% to go yet. So I'm going to leave this thing run, and we will come back with you when it's over and see what I've got. Because right now I haven't got a clue. Again, I'm trying to do a photo carving. I'm supposed to be able to take a photograph, convert it to a .svg, import it, and this thing's supposed to be able to cut a photograph for you. We'll see. Right now it looks like it's just doing the same thing it did the other day and carving another map of Ireland. And we will hold judgment until the thing is completed. So now I'm going to go back to work, vacuuming, and let this thing run, and we'll be back with you shortly. I'm back. As you can see, the machine's not running. I cut it off. As far as I could tell, all it was doing was digging a hole all the way through my board. I got a 1/2-inch board, and I know it's over halfway down the board already, here in the middle, where it was digging. And it doesn't look like it's doing anything different than it did on my first test cut. So I stopped it. Obviously, what I'm trying to do and what this does, there's a disconnect somewhere. I don't know. Like I said, I'm new at this, like most of you guys are, so I'm as lost as can be right at the moment. I know I told the machine to cut 0.06 inches deep. Now that's what, 60,000, 6,000, or something like that, 600th of an inch. And it's cut about 3 or 4 times that depth, so it either reverted to a default setting, which when I checked it originally, it was telling it it was set on a 1/2 inch to cut all the way through the board, and I definitely didn't want that to happen. So for now, we're still at a loss as to what to do. I'm going to go back to my forum here and see what I can see. I've got a young fellow that's been working with me here. Peter James is his name. If you see him on the forum, he's been just a great help to me. He's held my hand and walked me through a lot of stuff, and I know he's probably thinking I'm the dummiest dummy in the world, but right now that's the way I feel, because there ain't nothing happening. But we're trying to download some other software. I think one of the problems I've got is I've got an old XP computer. Now that's XP's supposed to run, but so far we're not getting much anywhere. We tried to download Java to it. I don't know if I've got the right version, the old version of Java loaded down to it yet or not. There's another piece of software we tried to load to it, and I don't know if I got that loaded right or not, so I'm going to go back onto the forum, see if I can get back up with Peter James. I'm assuming Peter's his first name and James his last name, but it could be the other way around. He could have two first names. I don't know, but he's been very cordial with me and has helped me a whole lot, so I'm going to go back to that source and see what I can find. So for now, I'm going to just discontinue this video and get back on the forum and see if I can get anywhere. And I will, when I do think I've gotten somewhere, we will bring this video back up and keep playing it and see what we got. It might be a day or 2 or 3 down the road. It might be tomorrow. It might be tonight. I don't know. But just to let you know where I'm at and what's going on. Right now I'm nowhere. For now, this is a CNC router and woodworker. I'm sorry, CNC woodworker. I don't even know who I am anymore. I'm so confused. But we will continue trying until we figure this thing out. So we will be back with you shortly. Until then, have a nice day. Well, here we are again, folks. A little short clip to add to the two that I'm going to post here in a moment. As you know from the last clip, I said I was going to stop doing what I was doing because it wasn't really getting anywhere. Zach Kaplan had chimed in here on my website on this farm, and he was telling me that he had given me a early copy or early access to this program here, which the little smiley face thing, you click on that and it comes up and he says click on apps and then click on image vectorizer. Well, what I found out that did is once I clicked on that apps and clicked on the image vectorizer, if I'm saying that correctly, I could pull in a JPEG photo. It would convert it to .svg and put it into the easel software. But the problem that I'm having with that is doing the same thing that the other one did. It's just making a big black and white kind of a blob thing. You can adjust the slider on that, as he told me to do, to where it's washed out, just nothing but almost a white screen, to the other end of the spectrum where you go to almost totally black screen and anything in between. I adjusted it to something that looked almost like an image, and of course that's what I downloaded and told my X-Carve to carve. Well, it was doing the same thing that the other software did. All it was doing was carving down into the wood. It wasn't doing, I've watched multiple videos online about carving a photo into wood, and all that software seems to run at a 45-degree angle to the tool path, or a 27-degree angle, whatever angle you desire to put in there. But it does cut, and it cuts just like 6/1000ths of an inch deep. It's not deep at all, just a small cut into the wood. But when it's done, there is a resemblance of the photograph. You can look at it and say, oh yeah, that's so-and-so, because it looks like them. All I'm getting is a carved out hole in the wood. Like I said, it looks like a map of Ireland, a relief map of Ireland or someplace like that. It's just, it's not doing what the other videos do. So I don't know if I'm not doing something right, which is probably the case, or if Inventable still has some work to do on this image vectorization program that they're trying to implement. I just don't know. I'm not pointing fingers at anybody, and I'm not placing blame anywhere. Like I said before, I'm new at this. I don't know. I'm struggling to do this and to find out. And I certainly do appreciate all the help I've been getting from Peter James and also from Zach Kaplan. I mean, him chiming in and coming in and trying to help me. That to me right there is quite impressive right there. I'm sure as a CEO of a company the size of Inventables, he has more to do than try to help some dummy out here on the internet. But I do appreciate it, Zach. If you see this clip, thank you very much. Of course, Peter, James, we've talked on the telephone. We spent over an hour the other night on the telephone, and we got 2 of the pieces of software working and uploaded. But when we tried to carve something, we had another problem, which neither one of us knows what's caused that problem. We're in the process of trying to resolve that now. But if we ever get that resolved, I think maybe I can start finally carving some photos. So just a little clip. I wanted to add this to the end of the videos that I've just uploaded as an explanation of what's going on, and to let you know that if there's anyone out there, as Peter James said, he came back on the forum and said if anyone out there knows more than he does, because he's not that familiar with the software either, to chime in. So by all means, on the forum, come ahead, help us out. I'd like to be able to carve these photos. I'd like to be able to do what I see other people doing on the internet, with their computers, and I don't see why this doesn't do it. Now, another note that I wanted to make, I've noticed also that on the internet, on YouTube, these people that are carving these photos, they're carving with a V-bit. Well, that's why I ordered 2 V-bits from Inventables when I ordered my machine, thinking, well, I can use them. Well, come to find out, X-Carve doesn't support V-bit carving. So, I've got the V-bits, it just doesn't support it. I tried carving something, doing this thing that Zach asked me to do with the V-bit in the machine, and it was a disaster. It just was terrible. So I stopped that, took that out, put the little 1/16 inch bit that I got from Inventables back into the carver, and still, I mean, it gave a cleaner cut, a nicer carving, but it was still just carving a hole in the wood. So we'll get this figured out eventually, but when, I don't know, but I'll keep you posted. So for now, this is the CNC Woodworker, and we will speak to you later.